Let's zoom in. Ayun. Great. Yeah. Okay. Did you just print this out and then did the exercise, Miss Mo?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There's a few things that okay. So this is okay. So this okay. Let's bakit ganyan? Teka muna. wait. Paano nangyari yan? Eh, wala yung Jan. Okay, you're missing a few things. All right. Okay, let's go through them now, one by one. I'm gonna be marking this up, okay, by drawing over. Okay, so light is coming in. Okay, so the basic stuff is that here, you just think about this as triangles, right? Equal. Actually, it's hanggang dito, tama. Ayan. It's just that this mouse is really quite difficult. So tama to. So you have something like this, right? And then the edges here, for example, this edge is reflected here. Okay. Somehow. And then here, yeah, I know it's kind of confusing, but this is if you're going to think about this, okay, here the edge there behind Jan, you always consider that as ganun din, may triangle, may imaginary. That meron tayong sun direction, right? The sun is coming down. You have your vertical line, and you have your shadow direction. So the shadow direction here, which is this edge, is actually covering this white thing that you have here. Okay, all right. So this entire thing is that if you isolate this entire I know object by itself, right? Okay, let's just draw it. Let me do it. I'll try to draw this in with a mouse. Is this the shadow plotting is really, and then the top side here is this, and then it goes like that, right? If that's the same angle. And then the edge, that line actually originates from this corner. And this is the shadow. Ganun. Ganun yun. So but then there's this element here, right? On top that you should imagine also from the way down or go to that ground. Okay, let me just change to another color so that everyone is in understands this. Okay, the blue line represents this until to the ground. The ground side kasi it's up to here. This is the point where it is. Just tama naman here. And then this is another triangle like that, right? And then the edge here, on this top, is replicated like this, the same angle, parallel to this. And then this side, which is the upper part, is here, exactly the same. Except that when you go here, this again, you need to somehow calibrate this. Okay, so this bottom point, if you do a triangle, this is where it stops, the edge, because of the bottom part. This is floating kasi. And then it replicates that angle here, that edge underneath, and this actually completes it. So in a way, medyo tama si Jan, except for that part. Oh. Okay, I'm pointing that part. Okay? Off siya doon. At saka dito, this part. Right? Ano to eh? This is like a puzzle that you like puzzles. You do puzzles, or it does it hurt your brain? But it's something like this. Okay, so one thing here to remember also, this one, if I check this, okay, let's just imagine this again. Where is the ground point of this? It's here, this point, right? If you draw a triangle, you draw equal, this is 45 degrees, it's somewhere here. Maybe am I off by a little? Okay, so we could say that, that's correct, right? The edge here from this point of this point kasi, you just replicate this and you get this. Correct. And then he is also illustrating this, which is something, this is the part. But the entire rectangular form, if you take note, is the same. So that angle there is actually being replicated sana here. That, and then yun. So this entire thing is part, yeah, correct. But and then there's this part that has to go like this. Has to go, yeah, tama to. Almost there. A bit off with this edge. Tama. Okay, John has gotten this all correctly. And then if we take a look at this, well, I did the entire thing. Well, dapat yung shading mo nandito. Tapos parallel to that, tama. And then it goes like this. And if this is a shadowed area there, tama. This is correct. This is correct. And then if this one, no, this is, if we do an equal, it goes into there. Ah, tama. 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 Because it collides there, and therefore this angle is correct. But if we spot check this, di ba? Ito yung vertical, equal, like that. And then nag-hit lang siya doon. Tama to. This is correct. Nicely done. Well, no, wait. Tama ba? Hindi eh. Teka lang. Let's do this again. Oh. Oh yeah, tama. Sorry, Jan. I had to check. Ano lang to, this is just a matter of a really piece by piece, parang cues of with the rules I stated, no, that you, yeah. This one though, medyo no, Jan, no way. You forgot that, this entire thing is 3-dimension. Nakikita ko naman, bakit may penciling ka dyan? O yan. It goes down to the ground somehow. Anyway, dapat, di ba yung edge nito is supposed, okay, all the way to the ground, supposed to be like that. And if we try to illustrate it, it's supposed to be something like this. Okay? And then if we take note of this one, you explore going down, the edge point would be here. Yeah, tama to. Gaganon. Something like this. So kulang tayo dito. This is wrong. Here. And then tapos ito, if we try to, yes, then it has to go like this. Okay. Let me erase para mas clear what I'm trying to say here. What I'm trying to illustrate. But ayaw na mag-erase. Okay, naghang. Ito, medyo naghula na si Jan. May kapos ka na ba ng time and then you don't know what to do? Oh my gosh, Jan. Okay. So medyo no, this is not how you do it. Even though you did some of the penciling correctly. Always take note na, you're trying to shadow cast the drawing. To shadow cast this top here. Okay, if this is the edge, dapat equal siya, if 45 degrees, right? Boom. Has to be something like there. And then this edge is replicated by going like that, no? And then this edge on the top is going like this. The same angle, parallel to it. And then here you have this, right? Which is we go all the way to the ground. Try to ayun, nagko-correspond naman. Right? Then here, also this edge is the same way. You go all the way to the ground, do a 45-degree angles, And then nandito. So that's why. And then here. Almost there, but I mean, you have to be careful with the edges where these edges are casting onto the ground because they're the ones, these are the edges that are blocking the sun. Okay? Just take note of this. Anyway, ito din nagkamali si Jan dito. May inside. Oh, this is this shaded area only. This is sun. Kasi dito yung angle of the sun. This is where your light is coming from. So this edge here is being casted over here as a flat elevated platform. Okay? So ito medyo well, tama ba? You go here, do a 45-degree, it does that. It hits here kasi. So dapat yung shadow casting mo all the way down here. And then replicate this over to here. And then you go up. Parang ganito. So it's kind of off the konti. Here, tama. And then yet this one, this is the edge of this over here. And then here, this edge is actually this. Going like that, tama. The rest is all, okay. Pero ito, so na-cover ko na lahat ha.
Yes, sir. Medyo confusing lang talaga yung pag-iba na yung form.
Yes,
Pero
confusion
that's
is there. Confusion is there. No worries. That's part of the learning experience. Of course, I wasn't 100%. I was never 100% sure at the beginning. But when I got used to this, I think, yeah, this is more a simple way of how everything is supposed to be plotted. No? Kasi you don't have to be reliant on a computer just to get all of these things. So by just one look and isometric especially. Nope. Okay, so things to consider. Okay, so things medyo nandun siya pero no pa rin kasi there's something that was wrong, no? Things to yung mga you have to think 3 dimensions kasi in order to successfully solve this problem, right? So number 1 is that you have to know that the base of your column is like something like this, right? So meron siyang corner dito, that corner, that edge that goes like this, right? May shadow casting pa rin dyan. Now, what happens here is that you can carry this down and project it as such. Kaya yung edge dito, yung facing behind this is this shadow cast. Ito kasi yung edge niya. All right? Okay, mo gets? And then tama naman to. Okay, so if we calculate this, if we get the shadow casting of this is 45 degrees. Yeah, tama. This edge, which is actually a representation of this edge now going down and being shadow casted there. Ito din, this edge, okay, if we do this, we do that, tama. Okay, so this system of really checking something if it's casted correctly yung shadow, it's quite easy actually. It's really, but then you have to consider this now, yung mga volumes. It goes here by edge dyan that goes down 45 degrees, like going so. Oh, tama to. So tama yung edge nito. So it's relatively easy for me to check. Okay, so again, underneath my edge siya dito of that edge na saan nagka-cast. Okay, so this edge actually is the principal edge. So if we go down all the way to the ground, it's supposed to be somewhere here. And if we cast this and we have 45 degrees going that way, tama. Right? And 30 degrees going that way. Tama. Again, this entire edge, project all the way there, do a 45 degree equal, So the edge is somewhere here, dapat. Well, slightly off. That's fine. And then you replicate. Okay, so this edge here is being casted here exactly with the with the length. Now, if I'm measuring with my finger, dapat nag-end siya dito. So the edge behind this is here, which is supposed to be starting to go like that. Pero in order for you to go all the way down, you have to go all the way down first, right? There, and then do a 45 degree, saan siya mag-end? Nandito. So it goes like this. Okay? Slightly off, but fine. And then if it goes there and my edge, it goes up, dapat nandito yung edge mo, pag ganun. O nag-off ka lang dito. Look at this. This edge is supposed to be parallel to this edge. So you're slightly off. So ito, medyo nag-adjust ka lang konti. Akala mo maano, nandoon siya. Dito, yung edge niya is something like this. Yeah, tama, slightly. Pero ito, that's off. All right? So, in a way, in essence, tama yung solution ni Mugens, except for this one, majorly there, hindi nagtugma. Again, also for this one, for example, if I take this edge going all the way down, do a 45 degree, going like that, yeah, tama to. Then it goes down like that, project it going like this. Tama. Yun, off lang dito sa edge, right? Okay, so moving on. Okay, so may ano tayo. I think I demonstrated this in the video. Did I? Okay. Okay. Oh, wait. What happened here? Nasaan yung edge niyan? Dapat pa ganun. See, whenever time you have this edge, right? This is projected here. Exactly the same. But if you have a vertical, that is translated to a horizontal line. Right? Because this is like the shadow casting, the shadow direction line of that edge. So dapat pa ganun. Tapos somewhere along here, dito ka mag-ano, may ganun ka din. No, wait. Mali. Kasi dito, dapat nagganun all the way. This is all shadowed. dapat ganun. There's no edge here except pag ganun. O ganun. Dapat white space to. Dapat white space yan. Right? And then okay, tama. Dapat may shadow casting ka pag ganun. It's different. Meron ka dito, oh. Bakit wala dito? Okay. Now, it's a different angle actually. Because the solution is different for this one. Nangyari dito, nasaan yung edge mo dito, yung shadow casting mo pag ganun, nasaan yung ito? Right? Okay, so do take note of that. No.
There's a major mistake po dyan, sir. Napansin ko rin po when I submitted it.
Yes. This is thicker. Dapat pa ganun. No, okay, I don't want to solve all of this. Just to, pero yun nga, nasan yung edge nito? Saan yung casting nito? Di ba, pa ganun? Then you will know where it does shadow cast. Actually, you go down all the way. You do that. Does that. The edge dito. It goes like this. And then, meron edge pa rin na pa ganun. You replicate this. So it's supposed to be some like ito yung block, may shadow casting nito. And then if you take a look at this 45 degrees, dito yung shadow casting of this line. This thing. All right? I'm not going to solve all of this for you, okay? Just to I'm just saying, I'm pointing out that this is wrong. There should be a shadow there somewhere. That is being just to because this entire thing, nasaan yung shadow niya? Nandito. Right? 45 degrees. Right? Okay. So, the last one. Wow, nag-iba yung tone. Naging warm. Naubusan ka na ba? It's time to buy a new one? Again, underneath is not being showed. It's supposed to be thicker than this. And tapos, this one, yung edge niya is thicker than what you're illustrating. And then if we take a closer look at this, 45 degrees, tama. The edge here, tama, tama. Yep. And then if we take a look at where this is, all the way down to this surface here, 45 degrees, ganon. And nandito, hindi doon. That's wrong. That's too much. Okay? So it's supposed to be here. So this edge is there. 45 degrees. So it's medyo na overextended. Here again, check. Okay, tama. Check. No, there's no shadow here. The casting of the shadow. Kasi yung sun nandito, right? On the right side. Shadowed area na to. So there's no shadow casting of this on this surface. Only to this surface that is facing, that can be seen. All right? Okay? Last ba yun? Yeah, I think so. No, I think I've covered everything what needs to be covered here without I don't want to ito yung shadow casting mo actually it's a bit more like this. If we follow this, no? The same principle here. See? It's a different angle kasi may ibang solution siya na dapat medyo hindi siya the same as 45 degrees. It's a different angle. Yeah, tama to. This is correct. All right. Questions? Clarifications? Anything? Hopefully no one is bored. No one fell asleep.
Sir, may question po.
Go ahead.
Yung
Please.
sa kanina po yung kay Mogu, yung shadow po na bumaba, bakit hindi na po kailangan ipakita yung shadow dun sa, yung gumapang na shadow dun sa, I think sa last cube.
Okay. So the last one. Paano
Yeah,
maging
bakit yun
shadow
po?
cast? Kasi it's being
It
blocked
was a
by
mistake
this
also,
edge.
sir.
Yun nga. Hindi na kailangan may shadow dyan. Okay, let me further explain to you, ha? But that's weird naman. May magkaroon ng shadow cast dyan. Wala namang ilaw na naka-reflect pumupunta. That's a miracle na. Okay? So, the thing is, the sun is, let me just put it with on red. The sun is here. This is the sun direction, right? Yung casting of this is onto the surface. Ito, shadowed area siya. It's a shadowed area. You cannot cast the shadow on a shadow. But unless you have another object and then may ibang light source. But the thing is, ano lang to, sana hindi na shinade. Ano mo yun? Dito nag-continue yung shadow. Yeah. Kasi you're projecting this to here. Parang continuous. Itong edge, okay, so naputol siya somewhere there. Because of this, nandun siya. Tapos, it was continued onto here. On this spot. Yes, that spot. Pero parang partially nandoon, na-cut. Pero nag-continue siya doon. Yung shadow area dito, wala. There's no such thing.
Okay,
Jadzia.
sir. Thank you po. I get it na. Sir, thank you.
There's no way for that shadow to actually gagapang siya sa other side. No. My surface areas kasi, the shadow casting is the surfaces that are the horizontal surfaces only. Gets? And then also at these faces. So there are two. There's one, which is this. If magkaroon siya ng shadow cast, kulang pa siya doon. Look at that. So affected number 1. Number 2 na affected na mag-shadow cast is this surface 2. So one is vertical and one is plain, horizontal. Okay? So these are the only two faces. If these are the faces na, 1, diba? And then this is of course 2 again. This is 1. Oh. So nandun yung shadow cast. Oh, so you could see the edge, where the surfaces. These are the surfaces. There are only 2 surfaces that the shadows are casting on. Okay? So here the surface of the ground is also surface number 2, which is horizontal. Okay? Is that explained further?